Joint Stock Company, National Center of Space Research and Technology, named after Academician Sultan Gazin of the National Space Agency of the Republic of Kazakhstan. Was established by government decision of the Republic of Kazakhstan dated March 5, 2004. It brings together leading academic institutions engaged in research, experimental design, industrial and economic activities in the field of space research and technology. The center's mission: scientific and technological support for the development of space activities in the Republic of Kazakhstan. Center accompanies and provides the implementation of programs of basic and applied research in the following areas: development of scientific and technological maintenance of the creation of space rocket techniques and space technology, which includes carrying out research and development work on the creation of equipment and software for systems of differential correction and consumer navigation equipment. Object-oriented modeling and development of software and hardware of the system of large-scale 3D modeling using of satellite navigation technologies and laser ranging. The development of engineering models of complex scientific equipment for onboard measurements and target accumulation of scientific information and software for their operation. Creation of scientific methods and software for solving of complex analysis and forecasting of space technology development in Kazakhstan. Creating mathematical software and simulation models of spacecraft and subsystems. Development of experimental models of devices, instruments, components, and subsystems microsatellites. Creation of scientific support and regulatory framework for solving of technical regulation. Regulation requirements for the development, design, implementation, operation of space technology, ensuring its security and conformity assessment. Technology development, reception, archiving, processing, and display of remote sensing data, which includes regular coverage of the territory of Kazakhstan and neighboring states, optoelectronic and radar satellite imagery with a spatial resolution from 5 to 1000 meters in the direct mode reset. Reception, archiving and processing of satellite imagery from satellites, RadarSat-1 Canada, Aqua, Terra, NOAA and Suomi NP USA, IRS P6 India. Archive of digital images of the territory of Kazakhstan since 2001. Information about satellite imagery on websites. The construction of operational maps that reflect the current state of the territory of Kazakhstan and monitoring facilities for GeoPortal. Development of space monitoring of environmental situation and areas with high anthropogenic load, including mapping and analysis of the timing and pace of snow cover, mapping and assessment of the vegetation cover, analysis of the rate and spatial scales of desertification in Kazakhstan, mapping of shoreline and assessment of the environmental status of the Caspian region, temperature monitoring in the area of the Semipalatinsk nuclear test site, monitoring of dust storms from the dried bottom of the Aral Sea, rapid detection of foci of various emergencies, control of dynamics of their development for the adoption of emergency measures to localize and eliminate them, namely, operational monitoring the passage of floodwaters and flooding, rapid detection of foci of forest and steppe fires and mapping of areas affected by fire, monitoring of regime filling of reservoir oil pollutions of the Caspian Sea, accidents at oil fields and pipelines, Development space monitoring technology of agricultural land and crop production volumes. These are evaluation of spring water supplies in the soil and areas of fallow fields, determination of spring sown area, control of sowing, status monitoring and clogging of grain crops, forecast of gross grain harvest of monthly timeliness, control of harvesting, monitoring of pests and diseases, ranking of agricultural lands in their productivity. Creating a system of space-ground geodynamic and geophysical monitoring of the Earth's crust on the territory of Kazakhstan and prediction of mineral deposits that includes development of the system space-ground monitoring of geodynamic and geophysical processes in the Earth's crust and atmosphere. Study of the dynamics and mechanisms of evolution of the stress-strain state of the Earth's crust on the basis of building geomechanical models highlight earthquake zones of the North Tian Shan region. Creation of complex system forecasting technological catastrophes associated with changes in stress-strain state of the geological environment in areas with intensive mining of mineral resources in the North Caspian region. Creation of specialized maps of reliable assessment and prediction of the state of natural and economic systems, industrial agglomerations, urbanized areas, Astana and Almaty cities using data from satellite geodesy, remote sensing, and other geophysical methods. Creation of Kazakhstan multi-level system for monitoring and forecasting space weather. These are monitoring and diagnostics of the near-Earth space by terrestrial and satellite facilities, development of methods for assessing and predicting of space weather for taking of preventative measures against failure of the satellite and ground-based technological systems, theoretical and experimental methods of analysis and identification of atmospheric wave structures, studies on the relationship of dynamic processes in the atmosphere with dynamic processes on Earth, research of features of structure of the ionosphere affecting the operation of satellite navigation systems, development of scientific and experimental base of astrophysical research. This is research in the field of cosmology, physics and evolution of stars, stellar systems and extragalactic objects, planetary studies, and observations of artificial Earth satellites. Kazakhstan scientific program of deep space exploration in the framework of International Space Project, World Space Observatory Ultraviolet. Identification of high-orbiting satellites for space control. Development of methods for testing construction materials and appliances, research in the fields of materials in space by development of production technology of construction materials and products from them, ground modeling of outer space factors and study their effects on construction materials, onboard electronic equipment. Development of methods for improving the reliability of components and systems of spacecraft under multi-year space missions. Development of methods for testing of construction materials and devices on the impact of outer space factors. New research programs and experiments in space have been implemented and developed, namely, physical and technical studies of various materials, geophysical studies of processes and optical phenomena in the upper atmosphere, the dynamic processes in the mesosphere. Program on space biotechnology and space medicine. The center consists of Vysentkov Astrophysical Institute, Institute of Ionosphere, Institute of Space Techniques and Technology, and also Department of Earth Remote Sensing, Department of Geoinformation Modeling, Departments Space Material Science and Instrumentation, Department of Information and Educational Ensuring of Space Industry. The experimental base of Center. Observatory for astrophysical observations on the Kaminskaya Plateau in Almaty. High Mountain Tian Shan 2,400 meters ASL and Asa Turgenskoye 2,600 meter ASL observatories with optical telescopes with diameters of mirrors of 1 and 1.5 meters running in automatic mode. High Mountain Radio Polygon Orbit, which includes a 12-meter antenna TNA-57 for registration of solar radio emission, a satellite receiver, and optical instruments for recording the intensity of radiation of the night sky in the region of the mesopause. Station of cosmic rays with neutron monitor located at a height of 3,340 meters above sea level. Ionospheric Observatory, equipped with modern ionosonde. Geomagnetic Observatory, the only one in the Central Asian region, has international certificate Intermagnet. Two of the largest in Central Asia certified centers for satellite data reception in Astana and Almaty. Experimental data of High Mountain Neutron Monitor are sent into the world's data centers in Japan, US, and Russia and are reflected in real time on the internet. The data of automated continuous observations, the sector of geomagnetic measurements of the Institute of Ionosphere in the Standard Global Network, Intermagnet, for the behavior of the geomagnetic field are transmitted daily to the International Data Centre in Edinburgh, United Kingdom. National Centre of Space Research and Technology is a member of the International Astronomical Union, an international organization of the Asian-Pacific region of disaster prevention, Centennial Asia, other international organizations in the field of space research. The center works closely with the Kazakh academic institutions in the various programs of space research. Partners and subcontractors of the center are Institute of Nuclear Physics, Physico-Technical Institute, Institute of Molecular Biology and Biochemistry named after M. Aitkhozhin, D.V. Sokolsky, Institute of Organic Catalysts and Electrochemistry, Institute of Chemical Sciences named after A.B. Bekturov. Carried out extensive international cooperation with scientific organizations from Russia, USA, Canada, China, Japan, Israel, India, Thailand, the United Kingdom, Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, and other EU states. National Center of Space Research and Technology conducts research and programs on the orders of public authorities, organizations, and various business entities in the interest of economy and security of the Republic of Kazakhstan. Availability of fundamental and applied science in the country is a sign of a highly developed state. Without space research, it is impossible to understand the laws of nature and matter. Space technology has always been the most advanced and gave impetus to the development of applied science and industry, the results of which are used by all of humanity today. Kazakhstan adequately represented on the map of the world's space science by the National Center for Space Research and Technologies, named after academician UM Sultan Gazin.